Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a tutorial on this hairstyle. I have a technique that I think really helps you achieve the perfect bouncy cascading waves so that it comes out perfect every time and it just makes your hair look so voluminous and full and you don't have to worry about all of your hair forming one giant curl, and it's just like a really pretty bouncy summer wave hair tutorials. I also wanted to mention before we get into it, this video is sponsored by T3, so I'm gonna be using all T3 tools in this hair tutorial. I'm gonna get started off with some products. So I'm gonna use the IGK Good Behavior. This is amazing for controlling frizz for days, like until the next time you wash your hair. This is incredible, and it's also a really amazing detangler. So just spray that all throughout the lengths of my hair. And I've been using this from Orbay. It's the Serene Scalp Thickening Spray. So I spray that right on my part and then right along my hairline and kind of rub it in. It's like this. It's a really nice volumizing product as well. So I find that when I blow out my hair, I really like how this just gives me a little bit more volume around my face. It's subtle. It's not over volumizing, but I do like the tiny bit of lift that I get from it. So then I'm gonna use the Liquid Glass Miracle Sealing Treatment. This is from Drybar. And I just really go crazy with this one because I love how shiny this makes my hair. Spray it all the way from roots to ends. And also, I should mention to you, when you use the Drybar, oh my goodness. That Drybar sealant, you have to blow dry it so that you get the heat activation of the product. So I just really make sure I get it brushed all throughout my hair, and then just on the ends of my hair I use the Redken Restyling Balm. I haven't had a haircut since before quarantine started, and I'm in desperate need of a trim. So this is great for just making the ends of my hair look a little bit less scraggly. And I mean, even these little, you can see it's really uneven. I'll just take an even tinier amount and it makes a huge difference, I'm telling you, just to really saturate the ends of hair with that product. They just look a lot healthier in the final style, and then they don't get quite as, dried out looking. To blow dry, I'm going to use my T3 Fit on both of the strongest settings, and I'm just going to do a rough dry with a little bit of some hair brushing if I feel like I need it, but generally for every day I just like doing a nice blow dry and getting everything sealed in and really activating that and really activating that Drybar product. Okay, so now that my hair is fully dried, I'm just gonna brush through one more time, and then we will move into the actual styling. Okay, so for the curls, I'm gonna be using two different curling irons. These are my two absolute favorites from T3. I'm going to link the exact ones in the description box because T3 has really beautiful, sleek, tools that don't have a bunch of branding on them, so they don't have the exact names on the tool, but I will put them in the description box for you. I know using two irons seems a little bit extra, but I promise you the end result is worth it, and with these T3 curling irons, my style lasts for days. So I don't have to go through this routine multiple times a week. It really lasts me until the next time I wash my hair. So I'm going to plug both of these in because while I was talking about them, didn't want to burn myself in the face, and then I will show you how you get the most beautiful, big, bouncy summer waves. If you don't have a clip, you can totally just use a scrunchie. That's typically what I do. But I was able to find my hair clip. Okay, so pull the sections to the front, and these pieces that are by my face, So the ones that are more towards the front, these are the ones that I'm going to use the smaller, wait, no. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna use the smaller iron and I'm gonna curl up a little bit higher and I'm going to do the pull down. And then for this next section, I'm gonna take the bigger iron, same thing, curling up at the top. And then I'm just gonna let that go. So basically what you wanna do is get a smaller, more wavy curl and then a big open curl. And really the lower sections of hair are so much easier because it's just fast. You don't have to be quite as precise with them because the rest of the hair is gonna fall down. So the lower section, I just do that as fast as possible. Then I'm gonna let down the next section. And then for this section, I'm going to do the bigger curling iron first. So now we're gonna do bigger curling iron around the face. Let that go. It's gonna be more of like a soft dropping wave. This next section is gonna be the smaller iron. And then same thing on this side. This next section is going to be the smaller iron. Letting down another section. So then this section is going to be, the face curls are gonna be the smaller iron. And then we're gonna do the big curling iron. So you're gonna take more hair and do more of a big section. So when I'm doing this iron, I'm doing about 1 inch of hair, and then when I'm doing the big curling iron, I'm doing like anywhere between 2 to 3 inches of a section. And now I'm gonna take, okay, because this is closer to the top section of my hair and I'm gonna be doing the bigger waves on the top, I want this piece right here from this section to be tinier curls so that I get a little bit more of a piecey look underneath the waves of the top section. And just do the same thing. About a 1 inch section of hair right there. And we're gonna start right by the root. Really get up there so that you get a good amount of pieciness and then just pull right through. And then this section is gonna be a big wavy curl, so we're gonna take an even bigger section of hair. And when I'm doing these sections that are closer to the top layer of hair, when I'm doing this big curling iron, what I want to do is make sure that I'm holding the iron horizontal so that I get more of a flat wave versus a curl. So you can see the difference between the two. This one is with the tinier iron. It's much more structured and piecey. And then the bigger iron is gonna give you those softer waves, but it's gonna help break up the style in the end so that nothing looks too uniform. And then that way you get a really nice mix up of all the textures in the hair. So same thing with this one, I'm gonna hold it horizontal. I'm just gonna run my fingers through really quick and you can see it's a really pretty like mix of the way the curls look. I'm gonna let down the last section of my hair. This is where my part is. So you can choose to do your hair on the side or down the middle. And then I'm just gonna clip, this section away like that. It's just a little bit easier, that way you don't lose your place. I'm gonna do all horizontal curls so that I get a really nice wavy, like bouncy top. So I'm going to take the smaller curling iron and I'm going to take it up my hair just like this. Leave that there for a couple seconds, not too long because you don't want it to be too curled. By doing it horizontal versus vertically, you're going to get a little bit more of a beachy wave when you hold the iron vertically. And I am taking like pretty big sections with this, but I feel like half of it is gonna be not being too particular with it so that you don't have like a pattern of curls in your hair. And then for this last piece, I have like a little bit of a face framing layer. So what I like to do is hold the big iron, get a good curl going underneath, and then kind of twist it outward like this so that you get that really pretty swoop. I'm gonna finish off this side doing the same thing. We're gonna do the smaller iron horizontally, and then I will show you how we do the last few bits of styling so that you really get a little bit more bounce. Okay, so now I'm just gonna gently brush through all these waves to just get a little bit more volume throughout this area. What I like to do is take sections from like around my part, so just like right here, lift up a really tiny piece of hair from both sides of the part, and then take my big iron, and almost like you would do a hot roller, that's what I'm gonna do with this. So rolling it backward and just holding it for a few seconds and then letting it fall. And then you can see you get a really nice like swoopy effect. It's so pretty. Just taking the hair and really pulling it back. Hold it there for just a few seconds and then let it go. And you can see you really get that nice like 70s windswept looking hair. I have a cowlick, so some of this hair doesn't start coming up around my hairline. And same thing, just go backwards, hold it for a few seconds, and then let it go. And look at that, it's so nice. Seriously, doing that last section with the back turned iron and really getting this top layer of hair extra bouncy is what really gives you that big, bouncy, like textured looking hairstyle. You want to use a texturizing spray. So I'm gonna use the one from Bumble and Bumble. This is the thickening dry spun finish. Now, the trick with this, so that you don't take away from the shine on the top layer, is that you'll take just these underneath sections and really spray those with some texturizer. Just spray it all in there, and then you can rough it up with your hands a bit and just pull apart the pieces, and you'll see it's just gonna give you so much more volume. And then I'm just gonna take a tiny, tiny, tiny bit on the top layer, but not a ton, because I still want my hair to look shiny. And I do find that if I use too much texturizer, it can sometimes take away from the shininess of the hair. So I'm going to lightly just get a tiny bit in there. You can even go a little bit closer to the root, like right up in here, and just spray a little bit of texturizer there. Rub it in with your fingers. Honestly, texturizer is gonna be one of your best friends for this style, because it's really what's gonna give you a lot of pieciness, a lot of movement. I mean, just look at this side compared to this side. This side is just so much more visibly full. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Just spray a bunch of texturizer in there. Don't be afraid of texturizer. And then same thing for the top layer, just a light dusting of it. You can rough it up with your hands a bit. Use your fingers to move it around and get that lift. All right, and this is the finished hairstyle. You've got a lot of different waves and curls, and I cannot stress this enough, you will not get uni curl with this technique because we used two different curling irons. So the hair's not gonna lock together, and you know, when you get that one giant curl and you have to keep breaking it up, you won't get that with this. It's always gonna look really nice, big, bouncy, and wavy. I'm obsessed. And like I said, whenever I use those T3 curling irons and just take a little bit more time to perfect the style, that's what really makes it last longer. So the quality of the curling irons paired with actually taking the time to style my hair nicely, and I can wear this until the next time I decide to wash my hair. I absolutely love it. It still looks really nice and shiny. It's just like my favorite way to do everyday waves. Big, bouncy summer curls. So I hope you found this helpful. If you do have any questions about this tutorial, please feel free, leave them in the comments down below. I'll always do my best to help you. I'm going to list and link everything in the description box down below for you. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if there are any other summer themed hair tutorials that you want to see, and I'll be sure to get those up for you. Other than that, I will see you in my next one. Bye everyone.